Hello, everyone, and welcome to Zest to Zen with me, Shel Marie, the podcast that will take you on a journey from the hustle to the harmony, fueling your passion whilst finding your peace. Today, it's an absolute pleasure to welcome Anna Thellmann, an internationally recognized intimacy expert, transformational relationship coach, and a best-selling author, and all her details will be in the description. She helps people stop losing themselves in love and start rebuilding the most important relationship of all, which is with themselves first. In this episode, we'll dive into Anna's journey guiding individuals across the globe, from online group programs to private coaching, from leadership mentoring to offering emotional support in refugee camps. Wow. We'll also explore how her approach untangles old patterns, heals emotional wounds, and empowers people to reconnect back to themselves with clarity, compassion, and just enough tough love to make it last. Welcome, Anna.
Well, thank you so much. You read that so beautifully. Thank you for that.
You are so welcome. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. Oh, wow, where do we even begin? You have such an incredible bio. I'm so thankful for you showing up today and sharing a little bit of you and your beautiful essence and all you're creating with us. Something that I really do always love to know first, though, as much as you want to share, is where did this all come from? Because there's always something within us that just guides us down certain paths that I would just always love, before we celebrate the fabulousness of you and all that you're doing and how people can contact you. It's good to know, like, especially people that are still confused and finding their way, which you so beautifully share about going back to self, is sometimes it's nice to know like the start of people's journey so that we can understand how it's unfolding and still unfolding.
Okay, I think I have to go way, way back, almost 30 years, when I was in my late teens and going out with my girlfriends, Friday night, Saturday night, being in the bar, in the club, wherever. And for some reason, I always saw these people sitting in the corner, standing in the corner, being unhappy. And I don't know how I did it, why I did it, but something drew me to them. And I walked up to them and said, "Hey, what's up with you?" And always it was some relationship issue, a breakup, something for the heart. And I remember me telling them it doesn't matter, because all that matters is you. That you are beautiful, you are perfect. If they don't see that, then they are not the right person. And so it started almost 30 years ago. And at that point, I had no idea. It was just this feeling of, it's all about you. And when you love, and I don't even want to say love, when you accept yourself.
Yes. Wow.
This acceptance of the good, the bad, and the ugly. You see your worth. And you pick your people. It's not they pick you and you say, "Okay, I'll go with you," even though we do that, don't we? But when you have that in the forefront of your mind, you're just like, is this good for me? Yes or no? And it's easier to let go of that. Oh, they like me, so someone likes me. Oh, I need to go with them. So that's when it started.
Wow. Oh my gosh, already just in that, there's so much I just want to speak about. Like, first of all, like, if someone can't feel your heart right now and just the love, like, that you are just shining out, I can definitely feel it. And honestly, I know that, like, what seemed like maybe something small to you would have had a huge impact on even those people's lives, and especially in that certain environment where, you know, we are generally dressed up to our best and, you know, shining our best, and everything's, you know, all drinking and losing ourselves in the moment. And so to even be in an environment like that where you are really actually even around that and still so consumed in what's happening to you, for you to come along and just be that radiant light and just, you know, give that just that love from you, because I feel we need to be full first, and just sharing that little bit of you that just, whether they can receive it at that time or not, it doesn't matter, but that's so beautiful. And it all, yeah, absolutely makes sense why you're doing what you're doing now. How beautiful. There was something else that you said that was, oh, it will all come back. There was so much that you said. But wow, yeah, just that alone is, it's such a rare gift and so special. And that was it. It's ironic that the big message is going back to self, but it's beautiful that you also know that even back to self, there's still an element of being there and a pillar and shining for others, and being able to give from a place of wholeness. And I think that's super important, because I think sometimes we do get lost in that, like, and it's not being selfish, because sometimes we have to do that right at the start when we've kind of outsourced and people please so much. We do almost need to have that, like, no, enough barrier me. But then we have to slowly allow that to come down as well, and be like, okay, how can I give some of this now to others, to just share that beautiful love. And I really appreciate you mentioning that. Thank you.
It just reminds me, because you said selfish, and I once did a live class, and it was about this distinction about what does the selfish or selflessness means. And when we divide the words, it's self-ish. So you're not yourself, you're self-ish, but you're not yourself.
Oh,
And
I've never heard that. That's really powerful. Thank you.
Yeah,
Keep going.
selflessness is less of self, isn't it?
Wow.
So it's funny how we put things or words together and use them without thinking about what do we actually say here? What does it mean? Because I'm a big promoter on, let's put meaning to the words that you say, and not just say blah blah long. And
oh, absolutely. There's a big power to words. Thank you for highlighting that. And that was the other thing. So you said so much just in that start. And I can really relate to this. And again, just in sharing, we're not sharing to say that anyone previous to this or any examples that we use are, you know, anyone's better or not. It was all a part of our learning and our unfolding, and everything happened for a reason. But it was when you said about picking people and people picking you, that we just should, I think you said, attract. And oh, that is so powerful in the sense of like, and this does happen often, but I think about and I would love your take on this in a minute, in a relationship, sometimes it is very much like the man is the hunter sometimes, and then we kind of like are almost like like working out, oh, do I like him? And I'm not saying now, you know, you go hunting, because there's an element of, I feel like as a woman, it's nice to feel chosen and to feel like desired. But yeah, you are 100% right. In all aspects of our lives, it shouldn't be, oh, this is all I can pick from now. No, you want something, go for it. Even if that's opening that energy of just sending a smile to someone that you find attractive, or saying, oh, I would love saying something about someone's business or something. So I really, really thank you for mentioning that. And if there's anything you'd like to add to that, I would love to hear it.
Yeah, because what came up for me when you said that is, we don't do that because we're afraid of the rejection. And learned rejection, or I know from business particularly, failure is part of success.
Hmm.
And that's just what it is. You learn to get the rejection. The more rejections you have, the more you learn.
Yeah.
But we take that personally, don't we? We just think there's something wrong about me and not. There is this movie, He's Just Not That Into You.
Oh,
I just love the title. It's just
yeah.
like, yeah, that's sometimes all there is. They might not just be into you, full stop. It has nothing to do with you. It's
And that's the thing, then it's the runner and the chaser of like, but I could make him, like, how does he not? Like, but then that's because there's a part of us that doesn't feel like we are good enough. And that we're like, no, well, if I can convince this person who's not that quite sure of me, then that means that there is something amazing. No, stop, stop. Why don't you just be that person for you? And then you
yeah.
will naturally attract that man or that job or that whatever that sees your value. You shouldn't have to prove your value. They should just see it. So yeah, that the title of that film is just like perfect.
Yeah, I love it. And with the thing, when you just said that, it's the thing is that some people they don't see it. They don't see your value because they don't see their own value.
Yes.
And we forget that. We always, I mean, of course, we think about ourselves. That's the person you spend 24/7 for the rest of your life with. You should think about yourself first. But we forget that the other person does the same.
Yeah.
And they pick and choose as well.
Oof, we all have free will. Yeah. So
Yeah. So if they don't pick you, even though you're in that match and you feel like, then it's okay.
yeah, and you know, as you say that, like even when you're just using those certain words, back to the power of words, doesn't that just feel exhausting?
Mm.
Like
It's
so
exhausting.
exhausting that it's almost like everything is just about to slip. It's like just holding on to it because I'm waiting. No, like I just feel like, and it's not this now, like, unless I receive this, because I think there's also an element of like people then, hearing these manifestation things and crafting the perfect person and all this and checking their list. And I think, right, okay, if that's something that you feel is going to help you align more, fine. But feel. How does this person make you feel? How does what you're creating make you feel? How do you feel when you turn up in your job? And then you're not going to feel like something's constantly going to be taken away from you, slipping from you, wandering, exhaustion, and like, then you can just flow and feel free. And so I would love in that sense, something that I read that was really powerful was that you shared with me was relationship with self as a foundation for all other connections. I would love to hear more about that.
Okay, so I go back to what you just said because I think it fits perfectly. Because I've made a list, yeah, of the perfect partner.
Hmm.
And it's also part of my new program when I ask, what do you want? And many people, when you ask them this question, they don't know. They know what they don't want. And I had a list super long, all I don't want.
Yeah.
And that's all I got
Yeah.
every time. I didn't want, I got. I remember even, I don't know how old I was. I think I was in my 20s when I said, why the heck do I always get what I don't want?
Because we're
Because I always
focusing
done
on
that.
it. So I do understand this list, I 100%, and I want to hear more about it.
And so I encourage everyone to be honest and make a list
Hmm.
of what do you want. And like you said, how do you want them make you feel? I remember when I've written that list after my last relationship with the alcoholic partner, which we probably talk later about, I thought, okay, what's important to me? And he was British, my background is German, he never learned German. So I thought it's important to me that my future partner at least
Communication.
speaks German or is willing to learn German.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to me, but I want that willingness to like, yeah, we go to visit my family and
Even
you,
little words, like when you go to a
yeah,
country and like even now I there's certain words in Arabic and stuff and it just feels better than the English meal of like yalla and habibi and things. And I just know that like it's that little thing, but that's that little connection you have with someone that's like, oh, she knows a word that I know. And it's
yeah.
just that endearment, isn't it? It's not saying that you expect him to be fluent within a week or something.
Oh, no. Emotional intimacy, that trust that they are interested. It's
Yeah.
also something they want to do. And another thing is like, I remember my sister, she told me, I want a guy who is 1 meter 86 with that eye color, etc., etc.
Mm.
And I thought, so what do I want? And I thought, I want a man who is taller than me when I'm wearing my highest high heels.
Yeah, and sorry, I really want you to continue, but I just want to add to that because I think also clarity is key of like when I just and I'm loving that we are really pulling this part and exploring this because this is super important because if we would have left that about the list and it's kind of like oh something that I'm saying no but that's not what I was saying. The fact of like and it's nothing on your sister or anything but like the 6'2" and the brown eyes and this. Okay, he could come and you could sit with him and feel so unfulfilled.
Mm.
It's why, and you just perfectly said it. The reason why, maybe just for you, and I'm not putting words in your mouth, I'd love you to say to this, but maybe when you have your highest heels on and that man is taller than you, not saying a certain height, but taller, that's all than you maybe feel more like I don't know, more like a queen, like held, like petite and small. I don't know. This is for you. So it's going to the feeling of why. Like again, the language. Someone else might not be care about that, but for you, it maybe gives you something inside that makes you go, "Wow, he learned a word from my language," and that's what it is. It's not. It's not the this because we will get that. We can always receive what we want. But if we don't add the feeling and the emotion to it, they're still unfulfilled. So I
Yes,
appreciate you. Thank you so much for
thank you.
mentioning that.
Yeah, and that brings me to the big words like loyalty,
Yeah.
respect. What does it mean? How does it look like?
Mm.
Yeah, often I see that with my clients. So often they have no explanation, no definition for they should be loyal. How does that look like? What does it mean to you?
Mm. Exactly, like I'm thinking of a puppy right now, and a puppy could be really loyal and it's with you 24/7 and it's not going anywhere and it keeps licking you, and you're like, I need space. But the puppy is loyal. But I'm not saying that a man like that, but there's a difference. Like, do you want a man that's continuously there, or you want a man that's loyal in the sense of when you're apart, you still feel that connection to him, you still feel that safety. So this is such I love this conversation. Thank you so much.
Loyal for me is that I trust them, that they have my back if they are with me or not. And again, we have the feeling that I feel like I can put my trust in them and they won't backstab me or talk bad behind my back, etc. That's loyalty to me. And each of us, we are so different. So everyone needs to find their own definition and how that looks like, how people then act so we can say, "Ooh, you're loyal." Or when you say to your partner, when we talk about cheating, where does it start? Where does it end? Because often we say, I don't want them to cheat. I don't want a cheater, but where does it start? Does it start with messaging? Does it start with looking? Does it start with kissing?
Yeah, what does that mean to you? That's really powerful. And even with you saying about the loyalty, because you could have someone who generally wants to be so loyal to you that they don't want to tell you like criticisms because I don't want to. Do you want the loyalty of an open communication so you can grow together? Not everything's gonna be rainbows and stars and sparkles. Like, actually, do you want a man that's not going to kind of pull you up on things but in a safe, loving way? Or you want him to just agree with you, like there's an element of like that that could become unfulfilling, because then it's like, one, creating a false impression, and two, then where's the growth? Where's the like expansion together?
Yeah,
So yeah.
yeah. That's usually when you try to avoid conflict because you're afraid that if you have conflict, it creates distance. And
Yeah,
we don't learn that conflict is important in a relationship.
absolutely.
Bounce back time, that's what we learn to manage and make shorter. But conflict is so important because we're all so different with our ideas, our thoughts, our emotions, our feelings.
Yeah,
And we can't expect that the other person always agrees, because my definition for conflict is a difference in feelings or thoughts. Yeah, nothing more, nothing less. That's it.
yeah. That goes
Yeah.
back to that, the beautiful thing that you said previously of, I think instead of self-love or something, you said acceptance. Because I also heard from the way you said it, and what I immediately felt, wow, which felt immediately and saw immediately in my mind, that when you were saying about the people's how people show up, is essentially they're a beautiful mirror, whether we like what we're seeing or not. Because if there's an element of us kind of not telling our partner or someone the full truth in a loving way, then we're going to maybe attract that back to us. Are we going to want to receive that back? So I always go back to, okay, I wonder why that happened. What parts of me, I take it back to me, not the person. What parts of me might I still be hiding more a little bit, or that I might not be fully showing authentically? And often it's not an easy task, but if you really go deep, you will find something.
Yeah.
Whether you want to look.
Because you will always, when you go on the hunt, you will always find
Oh
something.
yeah.
But I
Back
think
to
that
that
also brings
attention,
me,
isn't it? What you put your
yeah,
attention on.
it, it brings me sometimes in this spiral of, particularly nowadays, authenticity, this big word, that
Mm,
you need to be authentic. But I honestly, I don't know who I am. I haven't discovered everything of me
of
yet.
course. Yeah, that's the beauty though. I
Yeah.
think it's just in that moment, because I think we're so like past, not hopefully not too much, unless we're looking back to well done or something, or we're too present, but in this present moment right now, and I think that's super important what you've just said, because sometimes you want to share something so personal, so vulnerable, so opening, to help others. You always have to go back to the intention. But then there's another day where, you know what, I don't want to share anything with anyone. And so then if that makes, oh well, she was like this yesterday and she's not today, she's inauthentic. No, authenticity actually could be within the hour, the moment, the day, the month, the year. Because like what you said, how you are today, you're probably going to be a completely different woman in a month's time, and that's okay. And I think
Oh,
the beauty in that, isn't
beautifully
there?
said. Yes. Yeah.
So thank you. I like this. So many, wow, so many beautiful gems unfolding here, and something that I'd really, I want you to share how people can definitely contact you about that course. Did you say, is it a course? Uh,
Yes. It's
yeah,
called Back to Me.
back to
If
me. Yeah, super. Um, but another thing that I really want to speak with you about is your incredible, incredible work within diverse environments. And back to me, and all you represent, all you that you embody. Let's put it this way: it's you. How do you go into those? And I don't want to add a word, because I think sometimes media and all this stuff, it creates maybe sometimes, like, of course it's going to be a challenging environment, but sometimes we have these words and these visions of places. But you've gone in there, you've been there, you've interacted with those incredible people in those environments. How do you take this like loving essence and you infuse it into places where people are probably continuously uncertain of their future?
I never thought about this,
Hmm.
but what I do is I stay neutral and calm.
Beautiful. Pillar, a strong pillar.
Yeah, neither, because particularly when in Uganda, when I coach the coaches and have one-on-one sessions with refugees, you could so easily fall into the trap of feeling sorry for them and who are you, and oh my God. And I don't want to do that because they don't deserve that. They don't
No.
deserve my energy.
And
And
actually, that's not going to get them out of a loop that they're in. That like you've come there to empower them, to make them see the true them, not the situation and the environment they're in right now. Like even I was even sorry, but like I want you to continue. But even thinking about someone yesterday, and I saw, like for example, people could have like these stories and narratives about, say, someone that, I don't know, cleans up rubbish or something, okay? Out of everybody I saw on my walk yesterday, I saw this man skipping, hopping, jumping, laughing, collecting the rubbish. And again, or it could see him upset or sad or something. And I think we really need to let go of these things because we don't truly know that person. We don't know if he's just doing that while building his empire, his business. We have no idea. And that's like just the word refugee straight away. It's almost has this like negative connotation. These people are they have degrees. They had their thriving home. They had and still have this other life, this other journey. And just because right now this is a situation they're in, let's not judge them because we have no idea who we're speaking to and what they are still more than able to become. And so yeah, we come in and we align with that poor you and make them feel like there's something wrong with their situation. They're going to feel that. So I love that you go in and you empower them and you see the highest version of them. That's what I feel like you do, and I love that.
yeah, don't get me wrong, there are also assholes around. So
Yeah,
that does, yeah.
of course, but that's life. Lesson and a blessing. keeps you in check.
Yeah. And here in China, where I currently live, it's similar because the culture is so different to Europe. That's my experience. The ideas they share, the values they have, it's different. And it's the same when I have Chinese clients, that I'm aware of the differences, but I try to just see the person and see, okay, where are you? So where do we start? And even take away that cultural difference, because in my brain, it doesn't matter. We are here. This is your program. Let's have a look at that and what we can do with it.
Beautiful. That's beautiful. And I also love that, just going back to your course, Back to Me, I love that you say the creator of it. Because I think, again, back to the power of words, the teacher, the mentor, the coach. I know these are all words, but there's something about the creator that's not defined. It's just you. It's my creation. And I think that stops it from being a certain way. Because when you're the creator, you have the power to create and infuse it and bring it into the world in the way that you want, not in the way that you're told to. So Yeah, I really, really love that. And I don't want to take up too much more of your time, even though I'm absolutely enjoying this conversation with you. But of course, if there's anything you would like to share that you feel like people hearing right now would really benefit from with all that you're creating and doing, or even how they can reach out to you, I would love for you to use this time now to share that.
Okay, what came up for me is because I've been doing a video today, it was about resentment. So I thought maybe I share this with you and the audience that resentment, every little counts. So resentment starts when you have expectations that aren't fulfilled towards yourself, towards others. And particularly when it's about yourself, you want to hide that. And you, with every little bit of expectation that doesn't get fulfilled by yourself, for yourself, you start resenting and you start building this disconnection from yourself. And I want to just invite people to let go of expectations and accept as much as possible in the here and now the good, the bad, and the ugly that makes you. Because
Wow.
you all need, you wouldn't be the same if you wouldn't have the ugly or the good or the bad. Yeah, it all has to be together.
Absolutely, and that really touches on a big realization that I had recently. So thank you for bringing that up. I was so focused on representing myself in a certain way, particularly online. Like, no one wants when you're having that day for you to go on and be a keyboard warrior and start, airing your laundry or whatever. But there was it was a really safe and beautiful interaction with my friend. And I remember I was, having one of those messy cries. Oh my God, the whole world, and I feel so sorry for myself. And I remember like almost watching myself, like, oh my gosh, look at the state of you. Got mascara down your face. What's going on? Anyway, and I remember just seeing her little beautiful angelic face on the other end of the camera. And she just was like almost smiling. And I remember like kind of being in the moment, but also watching it like, why is she smiling? This is not a time to be smiling. And I remember being like, why are you smiling? And then she just said, Shelley, I've never seen this side of you. Thank you for opening up to me and allowing me to see all versions of you. And even now in my heart, oh,
Yeah.
and it's not that she gave me permission, but she gave me the most beautiful mirror to show, no, if you can love and accept all parts of you, the good, the bad, the ugly, the emotional, the sensitive, the whatever, the ones that you think, okay, I shouldn't have done that today. If you can accept that, then so should the people that you allow in your life to love you. That's not saying going into a boardroom and being like, guys, just today I'm emotional. Like, of course, we have to have self-respect and control. But particularly those intimate, which I love because of your role, those intimate relationships. If someone can't handle that or doesn't want to see that, we need to question why. Because if I can accept that I can still love her, then how can this person not grow and love her too and be just in that moment and allow whatever it is to come out and just hold space, not even have to like go down into it with me, but just hold space and just give a hug or I don't know, whatever. And I think that's really beautiful what you said. So thank you.
You're welcome. And the beauty is that when you start accepting the good, the bad, and the ugly of yourself, you resonate that towards the people and you give that to the people. And people change because they feel that they can be themselves as well.
Yeah.
You give that to them. And particularly in a romantic relationship, you can guide your partner just by being true to yourself and
Hmm.
be accepting of yourself. You show them that it's okay. If you can't handle it now, fair enough, but this is still me, and I'm here for you when you have that ugly cry or whatever it is.
Yeah. And I think we also, there is, I do feel, and it's again not playing a certain game or anything. There's none of that. You be you, and we're all different. But I think there's also when we are in the initial getting to know each other, there's also like I feel like a reflective period that we have to have, like, because I think sometimes then we go so far the other way of like, no, I'm going to show him all of me, and if he can't handle it, no, guys, calm down. Like, also we have to also, be kind of our general happy medium, and there is a happy medium. Like, we don't need to, maybe when you're feeling emotionally charged, maybe today's not the right day for the date.
But I would just jump in here because when you have these thoughts of, I'll show him everything,
Mm,
they need to see it, then I would say there is a lack of self-connection.
yeah.
Then it's just, I want to show, I need to push. There
Yeah.
is something driving you, and that's not your calm, accepting
No,
self.
no. Well, it should be
So,
natural. Like what I said, like I never planned to do that with my friend, and that's why I was almost watching it, like kind of having that criticism in my mind, as well as watching her, as well as watching me, and being like, Shelley, what are you doing? That is something that's uncontrollable but authentic. Whereas, if it's like, well, the last guy, he didn't allow this or accept this about me, I'm gonna show these ones, and if I won't waste any time, like that's coming from a like reactive place of like
yeah.
creating something in order to control maybe the outcome of the situation, which essentially is like sabotaging, isn't it? It's almost trying to be like, I don't even want to go through the process and like him enough that if I do become that later on, that I have to deal with this again. So I'm going to do it all now, and if he doesn't accept it, then that's it. It's like a fire, isn't it?
Yeah, it's classic fear behavior. It's textbook.
Oh, Anna, it's been such a pleasure. I'm so excited. I'm definitely going to look into your I know you have like different free resources, and you have different courses and so much to offer so many people. I will definitely be looking them up. So one last thing that I always ask my guests before you go is if there's something right now in this very moment that you feel like someone listening would really benefit from hearing, what would you tell them?
What came up is listen to yourself.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah. And also I think like listen, but like what we said of the different hours, the different days, the different emotions, listen with a little discernment, because sometimes it doesn't belong to us. And if you don't feel that love, then maybe it doesn't belong to you, because I feel like generally most things that are for our highest good, they're almost so quiet that you miss them if you don't really take the time to stop, pause, and listen. So yeah, beautiful words, amazing. Thank you.
And
Yeah,
may I just quickly add, it could
yes,
also mean,
whatever you
I
want to
don't,
add.
it's interpretation for everyone, but it could also mean listen how you talk to yourself. Listen to yourself. Is what you're telling yourself really what you want to hear?
Powerful.
Awareness rising, like, what am I doing here?
Amazing. I love that. Yeah, it just, once again, it just goes back to self, go back to self, go back to self, go back to self. You, my darling, have been an absolute inspiration. I know so many people, just even listening to this, have gone to get so many like if we want to call them aha moments or whatever. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And yeah, I appreciate you. I appreciate all you're doing. I appreciate your raw, your real, your readiness. And thank you and keep shining.
Thank you.